Hey, what's up guys, Magic here, and today we're doing another episode of my Danganronpa series. So we're just about to go into the class, 5th class trial. Yeah. Oh, that is loud in my ear. Let me turn that down. Okay. Sorry about that. So here we go. We gotta figure out stuff, man. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together? Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating. We are investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together. Just the two of you. What? Are you jealous?
Hey.
Or are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. How could he show up at any time? When I imagined that what was supposed to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But what's going on? We sat there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again? What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or what? Jesus! Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You've all got it backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here. Now can we? Because Kyoko's still alive. What are you even talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If you all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. If it's me ready for our here, it's Kyoko! We heard the voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey.
I knew it! I knew Kyoko was dead. I knew it. I'm here, and no rules have been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko, you're still alive? No, that's a ghost! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right. There's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. Now I'll make sure you're sorry later. Oh, what does he mean by that? Anyway, hustle your butts down butt onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of ya. While Monica was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko! So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God. I'm glad you're okay. Perhaps that's not necessarily the good thing for us. Huh? He's right. Now we've got to deal with the ghost. I told you. Stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on. Let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me. Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Kyoko! Ah, yes! Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been all this whole time? You used the key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So
correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However,
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's the key that's the key you found Ghost to?
wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words,
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Hey!
Second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go out over all the details after we go through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
goodbye.
Wait, hang on, what did Kyoko say? Okay, yeah, for me. Well, if that's all, seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm so glad Kyoko's not dead, man. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? To the elevator! Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. Oh god, it's gonna be so empty. And the door slid shut. Oh my god. Actually, doesn't look too different, honestly. Yeah, no one actually died. Okay. No one that was in the elevator was dead, so it's the same. This time the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusty darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was a blinding light of despair. Whoa! What?
I can't wait!
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Chills!
Let's get on with the show. And so the curtains opened for a fifth time, for the fifth time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Yeah! I would love to save my game, even though I don't have very much left, but oh well. Okay, let's go over everything real quick. Truth bullets. Okay, so we got the Monokuma file, explosion. Yeah, I still think it's Junko, honestly. To be honest, man, that's my opinion, though. You can think what you want. Yeah, 'cause the fake nails, tattoo on the right hand. I don't know. I can't explain the tattoo, but wait, it's rubbed off a bit, right? Is that just 'cause like it burned off, but there's like no burn marks on the hand, and you can't really get a tattoo off, right? Or am I just overthinking that? Okay. Finished preparations. I don't know. I've never had a tattoo before. Yeah! I love class trials. I still...
Let's begin
okay.
with a basic explanation. If
Okay.
you can figure out, then I'll
We're not
punish
gonna listen to the
everyone.
rest of this part anymore.
Okay, well, I'll leave
Leave
the
to the
rest
rest
up
up
to
to
you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
Okay,
First,
sorry.
we need to
Fixing stuff.
clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
Hero.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
When would that? Kyoko's glove.
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here, and the case won't move forward. I want to know why Kyoko had scars on her hands. So they don't have any choice but to. Okay. Do we really have to frickin' prove that it's not Kyoko? Okay.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Everybody's Kyoko, and I know how I can prove it.
That Kyoko there is just a
tattoo on her
ghost.
hand.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove
The
it.
dead body
They got burnt up in the...
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
See, I don't understand this sometimes.
Shoot.
Let's think about this.
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
I think this one
They
is,
got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
damn it.
Because that
Ah,
corpse
damn
is
it.
absolutely Kyoko.
Eh,
This entire discussion
that
is
was...
idiotic.
I love their high voices.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove
The
it.
dead body
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the...
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Damn it. Something weird.
That Kyoko
Okay, there's
there is
fake
just a
nails.
ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove
The
it.
dead body
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Okay, what? Oh, because the nails are falling off? Is that what it is? I'm
No.
bad at this.
There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's
Yes,
the
Hero.
first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
For everything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Here's a foot body analysis section on the right hand. Okay.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
Okay, what about what Hina said? It's a tattoo on the right hand.
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. The face... And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Oh, are you
And
serious?
there's nothing else we can do, right?
I'm salty about that.
Really is.
Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify...
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
I don't think that's
There
Mukuro,
was
though.
one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Oh, an unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? You really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
We compare the tattoo to the victim we have. To be clear.
I got it!
Okay.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their
Fenrir.
body.
So I'll say right sometimes. The image that represents Fenrir is... Oh, it's a Hangman Gambit. Okay, sweet. Let's do this. Huh? Oh, wolf. Okay, sweet.
Now
Oh,
I
it's easy.
understand. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf race.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki. And a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. And that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
Unless it was framed.
What?
I don't think it's Mukuro.
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character, which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Oh yeah, Byakuya.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no. there's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along.
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
I got it!
Koto and
Narrowed it
yeah.
down to Yoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden. So I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
The only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
It was like 11 o'clock, wasn't it? No, it's 10. Damn it.
Shoot!
It was like 9 o'clock on the dot.
I got it!
Yeah.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
That was it. Well, it shouldn't be much for 9 o'clock. It's probably 9 on the dot now. Yeah.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, but I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. And I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7 or 30 a.m. Okay then, it looks like the game has begun. If I can provide an alibi for that period, then I'd have to prove that the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Well, I don't even know that. I think it's the sprinklers. Excuse my screeching, by the way.
Murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Something that happens in the garden at the... I was right. It's like 7:30. Okay, so 7:30.
We've established a time. It took place somewhere between 9 o'clock. Yep.
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
Duh. Looking like that makes me think that something weird is going on. Anyway, I'm bad at this game.
We've established a
Time frame, but it took place
somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Yeah. Let's figure out how... Okay, so the 10 o'clock one?
We've established a time.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
Yeah!
No, that's wrong.
I'm so bad at this game, I'm sorry.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
My dog's just... I'll be right back. Okay, back. So if you guys hear a bunch of barking because somebody is about to get home, I think. Like, they're here, but they haven't walked inside yet, so... If you hear a bunch of barking magically stop and then, like, stuff goes crazy, then you know why. Yeah.
I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler? Are you trying to deny my entire existence?
What?
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
There was pretty this is what I got away. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence to actually do it. If I look at the body, it should make it clear. Oh, am I doing the boing boing beat stuff? I am, yay. I like these.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing.
Oh wow, that was it?
How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should prove it.
Okay, sweet. Whoa, Toko. Take a chill pill, man. It's okay. It's okay, man. You didn't know. You didn't know. You were at
Just
Genocide
remember
Jail.
what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
Yeah, it's on fire.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
You're the only one without an alibi. Which would mean the murderous killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shut up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Oh, press the wrong button, sorry.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
The tarp thingy. No. Yeah, there was a tarp. There was a tarp. I remember. Tarp. I keep, yeah.
You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motives. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. The explosion, okay.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
And the blood on the body hadn't dried yet. Yeah! Akira even warned us not to touch it. Okay.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented
Okay, I think it's the thing took,
Because the spray, but the underside, it was totally... It's because that side...
Since it was facing down toward... Of course it didn't get dirty!
Yeah!
No, it's wrong! Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
After the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim.
What?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Okay, so they got from right in the garden, which must mean... Oh!
I got it!
No!
Chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken? And then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange.
Okay, and this is very, very unlikely to be true because the knife was like stabbed all the way through the body, right? What if that body? Wait a second. No, this goes to the same thing with my Junko theory. Like they put the chicken in the tarp or whatever, and then stab the chicken. I have to agree. That's okay.
Maybe
Sorry
they
that.
didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood
Oh.
beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the
Whoa.
neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Kyoko, what are you doing?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me. But why? But Kyoko, what are you doing? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? Wait, did Makoto actually do it on accident? I don't understand. Decide dead body. Oh, disguised dead body, okay.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
It's more important. Okay, yeah. They get the knife to Makoto,
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
Yeah, that. I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of what exactly happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. Well done.
I legit forgot that was gonna happen until it happened. But yeah, told you guys so. Yeah, sorry about you missed a little bit, but I'll give you a little time to read it. And done. And considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. What if you are, though, man? This guy's with it. Body, yeah, exploded. Okay.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Okay, which means the knife was... Okay, I didn't read that. We've already established that we put the coat on the body after the tarp was removed, which means the knife must thrust through the coat and hit the body. So it's a fake...
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it.
Look, just because I had the knife, that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Didn't we stab twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I forgot about that.
And the knife...
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
Still
They
think it's
wanted
Junko.
us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Well, there's only one equation that, yeah, the fragments through the body. I keep clicking X, I'm sorry.
After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural. Because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
I bet it was Monokuma with all those spears, you know?
Fine.
At the beginning.
I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
Newsroom will ultimately kill the victim. I need to concentrate. I bet the Monokuma files can pop up. Monokuma number 5. That's all those puncture wounds or whatever from like a long time ago. Because it's Junko's
Shall we
body.
continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Yes.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
What? See, so what you're saying is I have absolutely no idea.
Shoot!
But there wasn't a wound on the back of her head, right? Or was there?
Then shall we continue? The victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me then.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Oh. It's the thing.
Then
Shall we continue? The victim's fatal.
The
Sorry,
explosion didn't kill.
this thing Hero says.
And it wasn't me because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
And then
Oh,
Byakuya.
yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Apparently I'm an idiot. I'm doing a mistake looking what I said. Must be a contradiction somewhere.
Then shall we continue?
Continue the debate. The victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me then.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire
Let's see what
body.
Dakota said. The knife was a cover-up, and all those wounds on her body weren't fresh. Which only leaves...
Then shall
The
we
explosion?
continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Nope! Didn't think so! Let's hear me like that. Dude, the
Then
only
shall
thing
we
that could be
continue
wrong.
The debate.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
Wait.
The explosion didn't kill
No,
her
wait.
for sure.
Well, yeah.
It was...
And it wasn't me because of the knife. And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across
I'm
her
gonna try
entire
this.
body.
Let's cover it up.
Then shall we
Continue the
The
debate.
victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me then.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that
Nope.
showed she was hit on the back of her
Ah!
Shoot.
See, this one actually makes sense now. Yeah, can we just skip through this? I get it. Makoto's the killer. Yes.
I refuse to give up yet.
I'm never gonna get a class trial without failing, am I?
Then shall we...
The Monokuma file. Known for the however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a wedge, which went completely through the body. He was struck in the head. Okay, about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days older. Okay, yeah.
We continue the debate. The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
I'm just gonna try it on everything.
She was already told.
And it wasn't me. There's only...
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Then shall
We continue the debate. The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
I have zero idea what it is, I swear. I am so lost.
Continue the debate. The victim's fatal injury.
The explosion
I'm gonna try
didn't
this on
kill her
everything
for
then.
sure. I guess.
shoot.
I have literally no other choice. I have no idea what I have no idea what's going on.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already told.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right?
Shoot.
Then shall we continue? The victim's fatal...
The explosion didn't kill...
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then shall we continue the victim's
The head
fatal-
injury?
The explosion didn't kill...
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me.
Oh yeah.
That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that,
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
So yeah, so I have that.
then
What is
shall
this
we continue the
sound?
debate? The victim's
I've already tried it
fatal
on this,
injury
haven't I?
has yet to be
No?
determined.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Well, it's a good thing I tried that, didn't I?
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her.
We already
What?
know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto.
Oh, what?
Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
The real murder weapon. Arrows?
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the
Whoa.
head with something. And that's what killed
I
her.
forgot about the arrows.
And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the Cobra attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird. Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right! I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. Oh god, what is it? Make your argument, okay. Bloody duct tape. Bloody duct tape, yes.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
You sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
Oh yeah, because the arrow wasn't bloody. Which is why they used duct tape, yeah.
The titanium.
So it's what
it was in
Hina
the dirt, I
says,
have
oh, it's a bloody
doubt.
duct tape.
You don't sound
Well, because it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe. It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
I missed it.
Talking back to you have no right!
The titanium. It was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
You sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal. It seems like an arrow would just be...
Yeah.
No, it's wrong. You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling
Oh.
them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak. We put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
That's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely